ready to roll. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today, all year, coming with another wonderful episode of That's Right, Loungin. We holding it down, having a good time. Big shout out to everybody that's watching, lurking in the chat, all that jazz, or people on the replay as well. Big shout out to Markeith Collins up in here. Good to see your sunshiny face. You know what I'm saying? It is awesome. Sound looks like the sound is fire and looking good. So I'm not by myself. I got Lady Lisa with me. Say what's up.
Hey y'all.
Boogsworthy in the chat. We looking good. We looking good. Now, big notice for everybody. Get some housekeeping out of the way. Don't forget, Black Together, A Walk in Her Shoes is already up on the channel today. Check it out. They're talking about where we go from here. If you could give them some insight into the episode, Lisa, drop some bombs on
It's just me, Lady Lisa, and Madam Butterfly talking about, like we said, where do we go from here now that we have Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in office? You know, is it time to be in the streets playing cool in the gang, or is it time to, you know, putting boots to the ground and getting to work? I'm saying.
And also on the channel today, big shout out to Johnny Quatre of Melanin Manga, came through and talked to us about Cuba Delicia and Giallo Gumbo, which is on a Kickstarter right now. I will go in and throw the link in the chat for you guys, but I'm going to tell y'all for real. That, man, look, Melanin Manga is that real stuff. It's hot. It's dope. Y'all need to check it out. I'm going to throw it in the chat right now. Giallo Gumbo. Going and get some of it because it's worth your time. Black people, kung fu, supernatural stuff, horror, blood, chop socket kicks, all kinds of stuff. It's extra dope. And yo, you need to peep that. And then, of course, lastly, after the stream tonight, if you love that Star Wars, if you love that Mandalorian, join me because we will be talking about episode 3 of The Mandalorian tonight. So, the election happened.
Mm-hmm.
And they projected the winner. Joe Biden. Kamala Harris. Since that projection, we have been seeing thanks and praise for all y'all black women, Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
Have you felt that praise? Have you been hearing it?
I've heard it.
Oh, you've been here. Oh, girl, you've been hearing it.
I've heard it.
Look, let me tell y'all real quick. Let me bust down. Tell y'all what they was doing for y'all out in them streets. They said, no, you know what? Not even they. I'm not even gonna say they said. I'm gonna drop this in the chat. Here goes a tweet. Biden did win GA. I wouldn't say Biden won GA. I'd say Trump lost it. But there's a big difference. But anyway, here's a tweet from the vice president-elect saying, if I can get in my, you know what? I'm going to have a black woman read this. I don't want to do the black women wrong.
All right.
Could you please read that tweet that I put into the chat from the vice president-elect Kamala Harris herself?
I'm going to, do it how she would do it.
All right.
Let's be very clear. No, okay. I want to speak directly to the black women in our country. Thank you.
Ooh.
You are too often overlooked and yet are asked time and again to step up and be the backbone of our democracy. We could not have done this without you.
You know what? That is high praise. And that, it didn't stop there. There are people from coast to coast on the news, people in the social medias. They out there saying, black women, you did it. Black women, we're excited. We love you. Black women, we love you. Black women, you done did it so much. We just give it peace.
Hold on, did a brother just all women matter her in a comment beneath that?
Yo, don't worry about it. Don't we're on, we can't attack everything.
Did a brother just all women matter her?
Look, there's dumb cats out in the streets, so don't trip on them. There's dumb people out in the streets.
Okay.
We ain't got time for them right now. All right, so you've heard it, I've heard it. I'm like, yo, word up, shoot. People out in these streets talk about, black women done did it. Black women saved y'all. So if, at least from my perspective, if I'd be like, well, you know how you can really thank me?
Yeah. So as a black woman, not the black woman representative, but as a black woman, woman, look here, Kamala. If you really want to say thank you, what you will do is recant what you said on the griot interview. Look it up, the griot interview, where she says, after being asked what does she think about giving reparations to black folks, she says, do I plan to do something that will benefit black people directly or specifically? No. That's what she said. Now, if you want to say thank you sincerely and genuinely to black women, you will say, yes, I will do some things that will benefit black people directly. That's how you can say thank you. Okay.
I mean, if I wanted to sincerely thank someone, I would do something for them. I would do something for them. I'd be like, yo, like Boogsworthy, you in the chat. I say, Boogsworthy, I wanted to say thank you. And I wanted to really express. Say, you know what? I'm gonna turn this around. Boogsworthy in the chat. You know what I'm saying? So peep this. All right, I'm gonna switch this. I want to speak directly to Boogsworthy. Thank you. You are often overlooked and yet are asked time and time again to step up and be the backbone of NERDSoul. I could not have done this without you. Now, that sounds great, right? But wouldn't it be a little bit better if you got something too? And you know what I mean, like an envelope with a little something in it. You know, like a little card with a little card with a little patent in that card.
Let's make it a little more parallel. So you go through that, really nice sounding, thank you and everything, right? To Boogsworthy about everything he's done, right?
Yep.
But then when somebody brings up later in the conversation with you about Boogsworthy and how he's having these certain struggles and how, you could do something about it, you could put in a word or whatever, and you say, am I going to do something that's going to benefit Boogsworthy directly? No.
So, guys, black women had the spotlight for a second. But like I tell you, the funny style's coming. Recently, we've seen a photo circulating of Kamala Harris walking down the street and then having Boogsworthy said at least a little gift card. You know what I'm saying? A little $20 to Amazon or something. So you see a picture of Kamala walking down the street and the shadow of Ruby Bridges. And Ruby Bridges is a young lady who at that time, I believe was photographed. I believe it was a photograph, but let me know if I'm wrong. I believe it was photographed of her kind of being, escorted into school because they were integrating schools at the time. And, she had to be escorted in because, people did not want black people going to school with them so much that they were harming them on the way into school. So
there were several photographs of her, but then it was made most famous by a Norman Rockwell.
Oh, a Norman Rockwell painting
based on those photographs in that moment. So that image that they have in the shadow of Kamala is directly from the
Okay. Yes. Cool. So we got that straight. So it's from the painting. So I don't. All right. You know what? I'll give it to the black woman again. Once again, deferring to the black woman. Once again, as I give you full edification of black womanhood before I give my views on Kamala. Please.
Kamala, you have to let yourself be enough. If you think, that you are so great and so fantastic, you have to let yourself be enough. For you to even go back and use that. And you know what? If it wasn't her who did it, if it was someone else who did it, because I don't know if that was her who did it or even approved it. But whomever did that, let Kamala be enough. She's vice president. I don't think it's proper to go back and use somebody else's shine, if you will, to prop yourself up. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it just feels so disrespectful. What you want to do is pretty much equate yourself to her. You don't know what that woman went through.
Yeah.
I know she said that she was busted and everything, but that wasn't in the middle of everything that was going on in terms of civil rights. So you did not go through what she went through as a little girl. And for you to even look, y'all ain't even got in there, and I'm sick of y'all.
Now, of course, Kamala didn't do this herself. Kamala, they all have teams that work this Cambridge Analytica type system to get, energetic and emotional rises out of people online. The problem is that Kamala didn't live the life Ruby Bridges did, and then as an adult actually penalized children that did live the lives that Ruby Bridges lived, by pushing legislation that would essentially criminalize tardiness, if you will, or criminalize, any sort of, how should you say, timeliness or absences from school. So my issue is, stop it with the Timbos, stop it with the Converse, stop it with dancing with African dance groups, stop it with posing with sorority sisters that when you're in the middle of them, it's clear to see that you are not African American. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying she's not black. Yes, she's black. Of course, one drop make you whole. You are black, but you are not African American. And trying to pander this mess is almost worse coming from her on some like I feel no ways tired mess. It's corny. And it's like, it's enough. I know her team is working on this. Her team is trying to get everything going on. I'm surprised we ain't seen her in a head wrap. You know what I'm saying? I'm honestly...
Hold my beer.
Hold it, because she's coming with one.
We already seen Oprah in a head wrap.
Man, we gonna talk about Oprah and that stupid trailer. All right, but anyway, the point is, like, you don't have to pander. Like,
not only do you not have to, we ask you not to.
Yeah,
we're asking,
don't.
Please, ma'am.
Just don't. It's bad enough that you're
cease and desist.
It's bad enough that you out here fronting. And it's, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I don't mind y'all winning and cool. I'm like, great. But this whole kind of trying to align yourself with a struggle that you're not a part of, that you didn't take part in, and that you actually used your office to penalize and destroy when you had the power as DA in California, doesn't sit right with a brother. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather you just be quiet and not say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Instead of be out here trying to act like, you know what I'm saying? Look, you just ain't down with us. All right, just stop it. All right, just stop it. Just stop it. And on to the chat. Blue Knight says, Kamala's mother had the advantage of whites in America, where Ruby Bridges' father was fired from his job, grandparents evicted from their farm, Ruby's whole family suffered. Yes, because they were black in America. They were African American black. They were descendants of slaves. They weren't people that were that kind of like came to this country and had a completely different view on this country and a completely different response from this country to them. Also, you know, homegirl was essentially raised as an Indian woman. And I don't mind her being raised as an Indian woman. Cool, be Indian. But my issue is don't be raised as an Indian woman and then roll up trying to be like, yo, psh, we black, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, just stop it. So, black women, oh, y'all, they weren't done with y'all this week. Nah. Ha ha ha. Eva Longoria, you know her, famous model, actress, and
Model.
I don't know what the girl is. She be on TV.
She's an actress.
She on TV. I don't know what the girl do. She's an actress, whatever. So anyway, Eva Longoria came on TV and she was talking about like, yo, psh, black women done did it. They did it in Georgia. Black women, blah, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden, she drops the word but in there. And I'm like, oh, what's about to happen? And then she said, Latinas are the real heroines of this story. Why did you have to supplant black women to even make a statement about Latinas? It's not even, why? You want to know why? Because they tried hard to act like Latinas came out for Joe Biden or Latinx in general came out for Joe Biden mad hard. I don't know. We ain't seen the tail of the tape yet. But, bruh, in way too many states and way too many races, we've seen black people come through. Ain't nobody been talking about Latinx. Now all of a sudden, Latinas done did it. They the CEOs of the household. They the real heroines of all this. So, you know, rightfully so, people on the internet like, yo, hold up, why you had to do nothing to the sisters? Here's a statement she could have made. Black women came out for Georgia. It was so amazing to see Georgia come through. I also love to see my Latinas holding it down. Guess what? We said something great about Latinas too, and we didn't say nothing bad about black people. Ain't that awesome? See how both people can be great? And you don't have to diss somebody for it? Like, it behooves you to realize the time that you're in. This ain't the 90s, this ain't the 80s. People gonna jump on you. Black media exists. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to stop. You don't have to stop all that. So with that said, people jumped on her. As they should have, because I'm tired of black people being slighted for some POC stuff. And I even retweeted it and posted up and I said, let me tell y'all, this is why I say we all we got. Because every time somebody get done saying black and brown, like you be like black and brown, like right when you get to the period, the second you get there, there's somebody Asian or Colombian or Hawaiian or I don't know, Venezuelan or whatever it is. Right the second you finish that sentence, they out there dissing you. You want to know why? Because in most cases, they all want to be or are living as exotic whites. Now, I know you'll probably be like, exotic white? Eva Longoria has essentially operated as an exotic white in this, you know, ecosystem of Hollywood. And it's annoying, you know what I'm saying, to see her get up and have to diss, you know what I'm saying, black women just to make herself or women that of her ethnicity or whatever feel good. It's not even necessary. Like I said, I just said a statement that works just great. Black women out here were killing it, man. I love to see it. Georgia went blue. That's so awesome. And thank you so much, Latinas, for killing it. Guess what? Nobody's dissing that, and everybody gets their love. You had to make a specific statement about you said but. Now, sometimes but can be used to join two things. You know what I'm saying? Instead of supplanting the first thing. Not usually, but it can. Sorry, let me get you back up because I know you had to, you know what I'm saying? Not usually, but it can. But then you say Latinas are the real heroines. Like somehow black women were the fake heroines. Are you kidding me? Look, Eva, sit yo all the way down. All right? Don't come with that dumb. Do not come with it. There is no more preyed upon person than the black person in America. And I'm not dicing up black people. I'm not going to do it. Black men and women are together. They're joined. You can't have one without the other. And people that are trying to have one without the other, question your methods. But black people are preyed upon since we set foot on this land and have actually done the most to make this land prosperous. And everyone that gets on here always got something funny to say. That's why that POC, that of color, I'd be like, nah, I don't know. I don't know about all that. So shouts out to Lotus Scholar just coming in with bruh. Thank you, because that's how I felt. Then big shout out. Yeah, Marquise Collins says she played out. Eva Longoria's played out. So Blue Knight says, but Latinas couldn't outvote black men who voted at 80%. Liberals don't know math when it comes to the black male vote. Black community voted them in, not just black women. Thank you. That's why I said I'm not dicing up black people. Here's another thing. This concerted effort to make sure that we separate black women from black men and then somehow hoist them up to some rarefied air that black men can't exist in. Be very careful when an organization or a group of people or maybe a political party are looking to separate you from your women or you from your men.
Come on.
Be very, very wary of that. We don't got black families. We ain't got black communities. I'm just going to keep it like that. Black people, black families, black communities. Who would want to destroy a black community? Who would that be beneficial to? So, anyway, she come out with Eva like, yo, I'm sorry, y'all. She get on her Twitter fingers. I'm sorry, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mean it like that. She tried to walk the statement back. Here's the dumb stuff that come through, though. Kerry Washington, B.
What did she do?
Kerry Washington. All right. I'm gonna see if I can drop this in the chat. Kerry Washington came out in defense of Eva Longoria because she came out. She Eva Longoria apologized. It wasn't all good, but Eva Longoria, her apology was, Latino men, my wording was not clear and I deeply regret that. There is such a history in our community of anti-blackness in our community and I would never want to contribute to that. So let me be very clear. Then she follows on. Black women have long been the backbone of the Democratic Party, but we want to change that because we're Latinx. She ain't said that part. All right. Something we have seen played out in this election as well as previous ones. Finally, black women don't have to do it alone any longer. Latinas, many who identify as Afro-Latina, Indigenous women, AAPI women, and other women of color are standing with them so we can grow our collective voice and power. Together, we are unstoppable. Nothing but love and support for black women everywhere. You deserve a standing ovation. So even in her apology, black women can't even get the whole apology. Black women, look, let me break this down. This apology where she dissed black women only, the apology hits Latino men. We got Afro-Latinas. We got AAPI, Indigenous women. Did she say any of those? Did she say Indigenous women were great, but Latinas? She ain't dissed that. So we can't even own a full apology, B. So anyway, Kerry Washington comes through. Kerry Washington says, I know Eva like a sister. That's great. You have a personal relationship. What they got to do with her as a whole, her feelings as a whole of black people. There's a whole bunch of racist people that like one black person. Oh, Oh, Georgia, the office is great. Oh, I need more like them. But the other ones, they're all on welfare. There's a whole bunch of white people like that. But let's continue. Latinos pretend they want to be white. Cool, whatever. Just go on. Get past that. We got things to do. So I know Eva like a sister. We have been in many trenches together. Really? What many trenches? What trenches have you been in? Trenches? Or have you done events to raise money for things? Trenches? Trenches? Tamika Mallory is in the trenches. Trenches? Okay. We've been in the trenches together. She is a fighter for all women. Read below. This is what she meant. This is how she truly feels. Nah, bro. I think we heard what she meant. The idea that we don't understand people. Like, there's this idea that like we can't comprehend what rich people are saying because maybe they're just so above us. Look, man, check it. Hitflick says, Eva's apology was still a dodge. Black men voted for Biden in greater numbers than Latina, Asian, and white women. But people want to act like that's not true because they want to destroy the black man. They have been trying to destroy the black man because, bottom line, I know people don't like this, but black men are supposed to be the leaders. We are supposed to help lead the family. We're supposed to be the shield for the family so that the shield can protect the rest of the family. If the family ain't got no protection and the family don't exist, guess what? It's easy pickings for white supremacy. So let's destroy the black man as much as we can, whether it's outside or inside the black community. But it's a whole nother thing. Shout out to Jenna James that's up in here. So with that said, Eva's whack and Kerry Washington whack too. Don't trust none of them, man. Look, that tooth acting had to go anyway. So, on to some slightly lighter news. This week, Comedy Hype has been releasing videos of JT Jackson speaking about his relationship and the case to a certain degree, as much as he can say, with, of course, Kevin Hart. And if you don't remember, 3 years ago, Kevin Hart cheated on his wife.
Something about 2017.
So 3 years ago, Kevin Hart got caught cheating on his wife. Kevin Hart, not JT Jackson. Kevin Hart went and had sex with somebody, not JT Jackson. He wasn't forced by nobody. Nobody tricked him into it. Nobody dared him to do it.
Michael, there was a target on his back.
Nobody put a gun to his head. Nobody forced Kevin to do nothing in that room but Kevin. So, anyway, Kevin comes out and says like, yo, look, there's a target on my back. Dude, you're the most loved comedian in the world at this moment. Anyway, the target on his back. And he said, yo, I was set up for extortion for my friend. And we were like, oh, snap, your boy did this? Oh, that's crazy, right? So they run the story. Everybody's like, oh, it's crazy. JT Jackson did this. JT Jackson is wow. This is stupid. Why would you do that? This is your boy. Y'all supposed to be cool forever. And we didn't hear nothing from JT Jackson. Now he's out on Comedy Hype. And shout out to Comedy Hype. Well, I'm gonna give you some dap, and then I'm gonna take a little dap back. So I'm gonna give Comedy Hype some dap because I remember when Comedy Hype was literally just like some moving pictures and the dude's voice in the background. Comedy Hype, you have grown. You have done. You have more staff. You have awesome camera quality. The microphones have stepped up. I've seen. You guys have grown, and I am proud of y'all. Got to take a little bit back though. I know you guys, kind of took Vlad's style and just perfected it and made it better because Vlad is whack anyway. But you don't have to dice this interview up into like 162 pieces. It's not. The interview don't seem to be that long, bruh. It's like you cutting this up into like 2-minute pieces. Like Comedy Hype, you can just put it all in one. Y'all really trying to work that Kevin Hart algorithm. Like every day y'all here's 2 minutes. Here's 3 minutes. So anyway, but all that aside, we learned that during this time, all of these charges have been getting dropped because they have no evidence. They don't have nothing. And JT's like, yo, I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't do nothing. I ain't did nothing. It won't me. And he won't listen to me. And they dropping this charge and they dropping that charge. So dude ain't got, I think he said there's like 2 charges left or whatever that they're about to get dropped because they added 2 more on.
Yeah.
Because of course, with celebrities, there's a whole politic about celebrity cases and trying to win it for the celebrity. But dude has nothing, which means in most cases, if they dropping all these charges, that means JT Jackson probably didn't do it. And that means that you ran all this way and did this stupid documentary about how hard you work and stuff when JT Jackson actually didn't do anything. And if he didn't do anything, what is Kevin Hart going to do? We haven't heard no statement back from Kevin Hart yet, but I mean, it is, basically, I'll just cut for now. It is basically, to a certain degree, a still open case, so maybe Kevin don't want to say nothing, or maybe Kevin don't want to say nothing because he was dead wrong. And when you double down on being dead wrong, and you gotta you gotta, it's kind of like on The Wire when he said, if it's a lie, we gotta fight on that lie because we done gone this far now, so we gotta fight on it. Now, shouts to Slim Jones in the house. Yes, countersuit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a countersuit on the way. I can almost guarantee you there will be a countersuit on Z-Way. Because, look, Kevin Hart has done everything he could to try to destroy this man. And look, if he ain't, no. If we can't get no proof that he did anything, it's not going to be a good look, yo. It's not going to be a good look. And Kevin going to be out here once again looking stupid. Remember how his wife was still crying about it? Talking about, we over it. She crying still. You ain't over that, girl. You were pregnant, and it was her birthday, and he having fun with someone else in Vegas. Kevin, look, I'm going to say the same thing I said after I saw the documentary.
Oh, and did you say, too, his boy should have been there or something like that?
Some dumb look, all right, let me tell you, you grown, all right? You straight grown. Your boys ain't had nothing to do with nothing. You was there. Let me do this because Kevin Hart watches the show. Kev, look, best thing for you to do is just drop this case and just like pretend like nothing happened, and then drop a fire comedy special next year. If you funny, people won't care. They'll forget about it. You know what I'm saying? They've kind of forgotten that you cheated. The only reason we thinking about it now is because JT came back out. We kind of forgot because it's like, you're funny. We ain't gonna worry about that. It's a personal issue between you and your wife. The only reason, you know what I'm saying? The only real reason we even know about it or care about it now is because you brought it back up in the documentary. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Now, big shout out to Jenna James. She says, dude was crying over working for Postmates on the Van Jones side of the game. He trying to deflect and connect webs like Peter Parker. Look, I'm going to keep it real like this. I don't really mind him crying about this because you have this guy who's essentially it's kind of, let's say JT's telling the truth. Like, I didn't do this. I don't know who did it, but I don't care because I didn't do it, right? You got a David versus Goliath situation. I mean, Kevin Hart is probably the most recognizable comedian right now. Maybe besides Dave Chappelle, maybe. He's definitely got long money, and you're going broke trying to support yourself, your family, while being blackballed in the industry, while trying to also support this case and all that. There's a lot going on with this situation where he has to, there's a lot of emotion in that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad that he was crying. We're going to talk about Van Jones in a second, but I'm not mad that he was crying. I mean, I'm gonna talk about. Oh, I didn't even know you. So, all right, so that's cool. So, I'm not mad. I'm not mad that he was crying. I understand that as a man, especially in America, most of our identity is based around what we can do for our family. And unfortunately, since we live in America, what you can do with your family, do for your family, is tied around money. So, with that said, you know, feeling like you're not a man or like you can't be the man your family needs, I can understand that hitting him tough. I can understand that. I can understand that hitting him real tough. So I'm not against that. I'm not against that at all. So my problem here is if he's right, so that means Kev Hart went all the way through with a full trial on one of his closest friends because he like, look.
And never sat down and talked to him. Not once.
Not once. Not once. The funny thing is.
I understand after, you know, the legal
issue.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I understand after all the legal, you know, things have you know, started. No. But before you got lawyers involved, it doesn't cross your mind to sit down with your friend and be like, what's going on? Not once did you think to do that before lawyers got involved? Who does that?
Yeah.
Who does that?
It's like, you know, and Eon 001 says the whole story seems iffy. I think the truth lies between both parties. Man, if they keep dropping these charges, then it's one of those things where it's like, if they dropping the charges, then that mean they ain't got nothing. And I mean,
now in all fairness, just to be fair,
maybe he was really, really good.
Well, just to be fair, just because they can't find evidence doesn't mean that he didn't do anything.
True.
But I can't wrap my mind around y'all been friends all these years and you never sat down and talked with him. That's what I can't wrap my mind around. Like, I don't know.
It's Kev. Look,
my frustration with Kevin Hart is it seems like every time he do something dumb, it's everybody else's fault but his. That's my issue with him.
Yeah, because remember the documentary when he was on some like, my boys wasn't there to no, you shouldn't need your boys to tell you don't sleep with someone else.
You're you're short, but you still a grown man.
Yeah, you a grown man.
Like, you a grown
Are you kidding me?
man. If you feel like you need your boys to chaperone you, Vegas is the last place you need to be.
Yeah, I ain't trying to hear nothing about it was your boy's fault that you cheated. No, it's your fault.
You are in charge of your penis at all times.
Thank
sir.
You. It's like look, hey, this is all you. This is all you. You know what I'm saying? All you. So, with that said, we're going to jump in to Van Jones for a second.
Slim Jones said, NERDSoulite.
Yo, man. Y'all watch. You know what? Look, with that said, we're gonna take a quick break and we're going to be right back. All right? Quick break. We're going to be right back.
hurt.
Nubian DNA wrong for that. Y'all, look. Yo, man, we try to let y'all play amongst yourselves. Y'all ain't got to be roasting Kevin like this. But on the real, Kev dude got three whole kids by this point. And lady was pregnant with another one. So he out cheating. Now, at the same time, some would say he was cheating when he got the new joint. So your new joint. Are you surprised? But anyway, slide that to the side. We don't got to worry about Kevin. Kevin Hart been tripping. He just been tripping. But JT Jackson, look, man, get yours and then do that countersuit, man. Do that civil suit, man. Get that money. Because he has blocked you. He has blacklisted you. Get that money. So, y'all watch the news. Y'all seen Van Jones. Y'all remember the election. I'm going to make this short and sweet. Van Jones came out on Saturday and he was like, now I can tell my son the truth matters. Decency matters. I was like, if you don't shut up. Okay.
Why does truth matter now? Tell me what happened in this United States that all of a sudden now the heavens have opened up and a message has been sent down to us black folk that the truth and decency now matter. Tell me, what happened?
Look, I'm so glad that Thought Crimes came through and posted up that picture with Van Jones and Donald Trump's son smiling and cheesing like a fool. Because that's what he is. Like, he's definitely one of these picked Negroes that is out here trying to get his Oscar-winning performance on. Look, I am so tired of Van Jones. Dude is corny. He is not for black people. He is for whatever is comfortable at the time. Whatever the wave is at the time. Stop that crying because you don't really care. You're another ultra rich person that isn't even interested in the struggle whatsoever. Get out of here with that mess. Man, Van Jones, if you don't stop that fake crying, that boy almost had an aneurysm trying to get a tear out.
It wasn't fake. That's the thing. He really believes that something wonderful and magical has happened. Like there's been fairy dust sprinkled all over the land and white people are now decent and
man, like Nubian DNA. I see what you're saying. Van Jones is a smart man. I'd probably say Van Jones is an educated man, but I don't know if he's a smart man.
Thank you.
Shouts to Hitflix. Van Jones is a graduate of the Bozo University with a degree in clownology.
And he can be educated and smart all day. That has nothing to do with him being very blind.
For a black man in America to sit up on TV and say that truth matters, really? With Ahmaud Arbery, we still ain't got no answer for that. No real answer for Breonna Taylor. No real answer for George Floyd. And now Quawan Charles that we're about to talk to in a second. Are you talking about truth? Are you talking about justice? Are you talking about decency? If you don't get up out of here, you don't get your silly up out of here. Van Jones, you dumb. I want to hear. Why I gotta bring you down? You know what, Van Jones? You just as bad as Ja Rule. Why I gotta bring you down here to tell you this? This fool moving his glasses and wiping tears and stuff.
I'm up here having podcasts talking about how much we should love and support black men, and here come Van Jones. And you know white people be happy to help me help you.
Thank you. White people be so happy to hire someone like him. And I said this. Watch Joe Biden get elected and white people try to act like everything's all right. Man, look, bruh. Look, he's silly. So, speaking of super rich folks that's silly, we just saw a trailer for Ta-Nehisi Coates' new piece that's going to be on HBO Max, which is based on his book. And Oprah.
It's probably really great.
It's probably really great.
It looks fantastic.
And it's interesting because Oprah is in the trailer. And Oprah
looking like she about to make some pancakes.
Oprah is in here, and you can see the trailer. Let me see if I can find the trailer so I can drop it in the chat so y'all can see it for yourselves. With me as the backtrack, you know what I'm saying? Look, so Oprah up in this joint. I think this is the one where she does it, but Oprah's up in this joint. Got the nerve to be wearing a head wrap in this joint.
And before we go any further, I have no problem with head wraps. I wear them all the time.
Head wraps are awesome.
Head wraps are cool. But Oprah, when have we ever seen you in a head wrap in all of the history that we've seen you on television, ma'am?
Now all of a sudden, this is the problem with celebrities riding the wave.
Oh, I'm sorry, and the big hoop earrings.
Oh, and the big hoop earrings. Oh God. Celebrities, we want y'all to be down with us. We want y'all to speak for us. We want y'all to be on code. But this silly riding the wave mess, this is what keep getting y'all messed up. Kerry Washington, this is why I don't want to see your teeth no more. This is this type of stuff. Oprah, this is the same. So, all right, check this. Oprah is out here trying to make struggle movies and struggle documentaries because she best friends with Ava DuVernay. She trying to get some of that black struggle money algorithm popping, right? But this is the same Oprah that pooped on kids in Chicago talking about they don't want nothing but Jordans and phones. Remember that? Do you remember that? If you don't get your silly... Oprah knows she wrong.
No, she don't. That's the thing. No, she don't.
Yeah, because you can't tell Oprah nothing. Oprah gave all of them because it's the black bougie class. It's this black bougie class idea of like, since we're rich, we're right. And since we're rich, we're the talented 10th. And we're the... Look, Oprah, sit all the way down. You, Kerry Washington, Terry Crews, Eva Longoria, all y'all just go on, sit all the way down in the back of the class. Because, bruh. Oh, head wrap? So Oprah got head wraps now.
And big hoop earrings. Like, when have we ever seen you look like this, Oprah?
Oprah has been trying to be white.
Why?
At least for the last 20 years. Been out here trying to golf. Out here trying to shop at shops, trying to make it seem like it's a big racist issue.
Well, no. I can't take any of that from her.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you're mad about a item at a store when you live in a country where every day people are going through struggles, being shot, being killed, being denied housing, and now all of a sudden we supposed to care because you didn't get a bag or a t-shirt. You don't get all the way out of here. Man, Oprah with that head wrap. Oprah with that head wrap. Oprah with that head wrap done got me. All right. So anyway, we're going to move on because this is something that's tough. And this is something that's important to talk about, which is Quawan Charles. And I'm going to see if I can find the exact place. I want to make sure it was in Arbery Parish. And big shout out to what is it? Blurtish in the chat because they're from Louisiana, so they can tell me if I'm pronouncing these places right. But I believe it's Arbery Parish, unless I'm pronouncing it wrong. Quawan Charles, 15-year-old boy, he was, minding his business, and he went these people that were, I guess, a friend of his. And let me run it down. Do you want to run through it?
Did you want me to just go ahead and read it real quick? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is essence.com. It says Quawan Charles 15, who was last seen alive leaving his home in Baldwin, Louisiana on October 30th with an unidentified person, was found dead in a field in Laurelville, Louisiana on November 2nd, and his distraught family is searching for answers. I've been crying all day. I wake up in the middle of the night. I'm missing my son. I'm missing his smile. I'm missing his jokes, his mother Roxanne Nelson told KATC.com. The Arbery Parish Sheriff's Office Patrol Division and the Bureau of Investigation claimed to have located Quawan's body on November 2nd at approximately 5 p.m. According to his family, he was last seen leaving his house with a friend and his friend's mom. KATC reports, I want the lady who came to get my son without my permission, his dad's permission, to be held accountable, Nelson said. You cannot just take someone's son, bring them to your house, and not be held accountable. She took them to her house. He was alive and well when he was there, and now he's dead when he went to Louisville to her house. He has a big knot on his head, so it's obvious someone hit him on the head with something, Nelson continued. He was found dead under mysterious circumstances, and we just want an honest and thorough investigation with the Arbery Parish Sheriff Department, Quawan's stepfather, Jason Nelson, said. Social media has amplified calls of justice for Quawan, with many people pointing out the similarities between his visible injuries to those of Emmett Till. On August 28, 1955, I won't go through that. I think most of us know the history or the story of Emmett Till. Let's see. Quawan's family has accused the Baldwin Police Department of ignoring their concerns and refusing to investigate when they reported the teen missing on October 30th, the last day he was seen alive. Gary Chambers Jr., community activist and publisher of the Rouge Collection, reports. Chambers also shared an audio reportedly of Quawan's mother speaking with an unidentified woman who alleged that she had details about Quawan's disappearance. According to the woman, her son told her that the people last seen with Quawan were high on psychedelics, and that when her son attempted to enter the car, they told him no because they have recently bleached it. So we have, and I don't know, Blurtish, let us know. Let me know how big Arbery Parish is, but it seems like this is a relatively small area, or a relative area with relatively low population. At least from reading and seeing like the reports on it. So how hard this investigation got to be? Because they're like, oh, well, we found him. He probably drowned. But then when you look at his body, you're like, he's been beaten. He's probably been tortured. So if you look at this, you're like, oh, okay, well, if it's a small area, ain't too many people here. Well, we know someone didn't come from California to do this. So your suspect pool can't be too high. And look, all this time, we still haven't seen a picture of the people that took this boy. But we can sure enough see pictures of his beaten face. Y'all better pay attention to this mess. Let me say this again. We can't get a picture of the grown woman that took him to wherever the house or wherever, right? We can't get a picture of her. She's an adult. I'm not talking about his friend. I'm talking about the mother that took them. We can't see or any of the father or uncle or anyone. None of those people. We can't get a picture of none of them. That's how you know they're white. You can't get a picture of none of them. But we can keep seeing this picture of this young beaten brother all over social media. Interesting, ain't it? Ain't that interesting? So anyway, Blurry says it's not big as far as population. It's a lot of rural land by the swamp, by swampland, by them swampland folks. Sadly, they found the body. Sadly, you know it can't be but so many people. This seems to be coming off very similar to that Breonna Taylor joint. This seems to be one of them things where they was going to try to hide this and bury it. But then, of course, social media got involved, and now they got to try to act like they was doing something all the time. There was an article that we read a little bit earlier, and I should have kept it. They were talking about, their lawyer came in and was like, look, we want answers. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want answers. We want to know what's up. We want a fair and open investigation. And I'm all for that. But my thing is, or what? Because they gonna keep doing this. So if you don't get a fair and open investigation, what are we prepared to do? Like, what's going to happen? What's the repercussion? And I'm just saying this for real. What's going to be our protest? What's going to be our voting strategy? What's going to be I don't know.
I don't have the answers. But I know just saying we better have a fair and free, a fair and open investigation, and then nothing happens, and we don't say nothing. Like, what are we? Like, we got to do something. I don't know if it's a boycott that we got to do. I don't know if it's a protest we got to do. I don't know if we got to hurry up and vote this sheriff up out of here. I don't know if we got to do like Minnesota and set a police station on fire. I don't know what we got to do. But I know there does need to be some type of repercussion for not doing anything. Because we can easily get up and be like, we want a fair and transparent investigation. And then say they don't give it to you. Well, okay. Like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna give our money to? What are we gonna march for? What are we gonna boycott? What are we gonna vote for? What are we gonna do? Because we can't just let this boy get killed like this because he was murdered. We can't let this boy get murdered like this, and then just we just can't. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not in Louisiana. My heart goes out to them because I can't. My little boy, if my little boy turned up like that, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not calling for peace. I'm just letting you know for real. I'm not calling for peace. And hey, look, if you want to call for peace, that's cool. But I'm not calling for peace. I love that little baby too much. If that ever happens to my son, and hopefully we have a collective energy about each other's sons, we can't let this happen to our kids, man, for real. And I don't know what it is. Do we need to get out and block the streets and shut the city down? Do we need what do we need to do to let people know we ain't playing? Because unfortunately, seem like they don't understand nothing. When we come and get our lawyers and people be nice and have their little conference and like, please, we just want to know what's going on. They tell them it's going to take 12 weeks to get some kind of report for the autopsy or whatever. 12 weeks? Come on, man. We know the fix is in. All we really need to know now is when is it time to vote the sheriff out? And when we gonna be at the rally, what we gotta block off, what we gotta cover, where we gotta bring the signs, what's up? Big shout out to Blurtish said, Keith said, it would take people and a population coming in from other parishes. Sadly, either earlier this year, the parish close by, Lafayette, is where the police shot that man at the gas. Yeah, it's happening so much, we forget about other people that shot. Yes, in Lafayette, there was a man at the gas station. That was a homeless man that was shot at the gas station, right? But you know, there's so many people getting shot, so many people getting killed. You can't even do something for one person before something. You know what I'm saying? Yo, bruh, I don't know the answers, but I know the answer is not having these press conferences no more, man. I don't know what the answer is. But my heart goes out to this family. This boy should be alive, walking around, chilling today. And those people that killed him should be not even under the jail. They should be in the ground. Someone that would do that to someone, some little young boy, he ain't deserve that. They deserve to be in the ground. And I don't understand how the people that saw him last week. Okay. We all watch cop shows, right? Peep this. Any other show, who was he last seen with? Who was the last phone call? Who was the last text message? But we don't know nothing about these people. Mama already said they came and got him from the house. They weren't supposed to take him. He went with him. They came and got him. Right? Now you can be like, oh, well, he went with him. He's a minor. He don't really know nothing about consequences like that. He a kid. Where they at? Dad, we need to shut down all cop TV shows until cops actually start doing cop stuff. Because You look at any cop show, I feel like I could solve this case from just watching New York Undercover and Miami Vice. Who the last person we saw him with? Oh, that person? Maybe we should ask questions. Maybe we should bring them down to the station. Get a statement. Where did you find his body? Did y'all take some dogs, look for footsteps, and look at grass clippings or something? Did you do something? Maybe I'm tripping. Because it's interesting that we ain't got no leads, right? In this small rural area where it ain't but so many people. So it ain't like this is going to be hard. It's not like this kid was killed in the middle of like Los Angeles or New York City. He was killed in a rural area. Probably population of like 400 or something like that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Arbery Parish population. Let's see. Let's take a look at this real quick. So, all right. So 69,000 as of 2019. All right. So of those 69,000, some of them are like toddlers. We know they didn't do it. So we can cut that in half because it's probably only adults that did it, or maybe older teens or something like that. Bruh, who has to do this? Cause I feel like the dude from Who Killed Malcolm X. I feel like a regular citizen could figure this out. But you want to know why they don't want to figure it out? Because I bet whoever killed this kid, or whoever is involved with killing this kid, is probably an officer, or their dad is an officer, or their uncle is a judge, or some kind of stupid mess where, we just gonna have to wait 12 weeks for the blood test to come back. Man, look. And Blurted said, man, folks still fighting for Alton Sterling justice and payment for him. The rural areas of places are the worst of times. Yo, man, look, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't know what we need to do, but we got to do something. We have to at least have a conversation about doing something and then go on and do it. Because the system can't just, this little kid can't. We just watched Emmett Till die dramatized on Lovecraft Country, and here we are watching this stuff in real life, and you looking at these pictures. And when I say we, I mean black people. You know what I'm saying? We can't. I don't know what we got to do. I don't know what we got to do. I don't know if we got to crash and shut down websites. I don't know if we got to send so many letters that I don't know what we need to do, but we need to figure out what we got to do and do it. I'm down, but I don't know. We can't let this boy die like this, man. There's got to be justice in the form of revenge, because sometimes revenge is justice. Look, somebody got to go down for this. I'm just being for real. We'll follow up. We'll keep up with this story, and we'll let you know. We'll continue to talk about it, continue to lift his name up, and I support his family. I hope, some type of comfort for them. I really hope we don't hear no peaceful stuff from them though. But I understand grieving is different for everybody. So we'll follow up. When some new stuff happens, we'll talk about it. Moving on, unfortunately, there's some trouble in paradise with the one and only Proud Boys. Yeah, you heard it. The Proud Boys are they breaking up. They're making changes. They're updating their leadership. I'm gonna go on and put this in the chat so y'all can see the picture. I'm gonna read it from y'all. I'm gonna read it from them. Quote: due to the recent failure of Proud Boy chairman Enrique Tarrio to conduct himself with honor and courage on the battlefield, it has been decided that I, Kyle Chapman, reassume my post as president of Proud Boys effective immediately. Chapman wrote, "We will no longer cuck to the left by appointing token Negroes as our leaders. We will no longer allow homosexuals or other undesirables into our ranks. We will confront the Zionist criminals who wish to destroy our civilization." So sad. So sad that Enrique thought he was just white enough to make it in the Proud Boys. So sad. I could have told him this, but as you see, they called him a token Negro and said that no, you ain't down with us no more. This is what happens. I mean, y'all can't be down with us because we don't trust y'all no more. But this is what happens when you play up for white people real hard, trying to be like, oh yeah, if I just side with them, at least they won't treat me like black people, until they turn around and treat you like black people. Because this is what happens. Since you weren't operating on the battlefield, Enrique, look, bruh, when I saw him speaking for the Proud Boys, I was like, who is? Who is? How he speaking for the, who? Where they get him from? No way he's speaking for the Proud Boys. Him? This guy? But it was true. He is the Proud Boys man. And now look at him. Out on the street. Jenna James said, LOL, so all those alphabet community people and black traders are getting the boot. LMAO, this is priceless. Yo, look, I'm going to tell you like this. Look, you know what? I don't even have to tell you this. I'm gonna let them tell you how they told you. They said, we will no longer cut to the left by appointing token Negroes as our leaders. In other words, they mean we put you there. You ain't earned nothing. We put you there so that we could get some favor from the left. We don't care about you. We never liked you. We just thought that you'd be a good shield for the racist things that we do. And if Enrique would have hollered at me, I'd have been like, yo, don't go over there, man. They're going to use you as a stool pigeon. But he wouldn't have listened to me because I'm black. And he would have been like, oh, you don't understand. You just got to understand the white man. I'd be like, all right, go ahead. Do your thing. See what happened. Go on, Latinx. See what happened to you next. So, we will no longer allow homosexual. I don't know. Maybe is he homosexual too? I don't know. They just threw this in for fun. Homosexuals or other undesirables. I don't know what undesirable. Undesirables essentially means like you ain't white. These dudes are serious though. Talk about on the battlefield. I'm like, what battlefield are you talking about? What is there like a skirmish or something that we need to know about? Battlefield. Anyway, look, Jenna James says, see what happens when you buck dance? Yep. Said, cut to the left. Dang, son. Look, it's cold out there. But I mean, hey, this is what happened. You out here trying to be cool and see what happened. Because even when I saw him speaking on behalf of Proud Boys, I was like, yo, I don't know if he know, but he ain't white. Which brings us back to what was it? Blue? Who was it? Who was up in here earlier? Blue Knight, which brings me back to Blue Knight's statement. Blue Knight said that Latinas couldn't outvote black men who voted at 80%. Liberals don't know math when it comes to black male vote. Black community voted them in, not just black women. Because so many Latinos or Latinx want to be white or want to operate as like the exotic white in America, that they out here working for the Proud Boys. Probably out here talking about we would not replace us. Man, look, I'm sure homie got all kinds of tiki torches up in his house. Man, I hope he get his money back for him. Anyway, with that said, we got some good black news. Lady Lisa, please, if you can, with your awesome, amazing, magnanimous, personality, could you please give us some good black news?
Certainly.
Sweetly.
Okay, from goodblacknews.org, which is a site that I'm just so happy about because they like, y'all need some good black news.
Mm-hmm.
Country Music Award honors Charlie Pride.
Yep.
With the Willie Nelson Lifetime Achievement Award tonight on ABC. For those of you who, I don't know, may not know, Charlie Pride is an African-American country music singer.
Mm-hmm.
Very successful, very popular African-American country music singer. And he is being awarded, or honored rather, by the Country Music Awards.
That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Being honored for his lifetime achievement. He's been putting it down, making all kinds of awesome music. So shouts to country music people everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Charlie Pride is up in there. You know what I'm saying? We there. We started from the bottom, now you're here. So, with that said, I'm going to give a big shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Markeith Collins, Blurtish, Jenna James, Blue Knight, Boogsworthy, Eon 001, Nubian DNA. Let's see, Slim Jones in the house. Who else we had? We had a whole host of folks. And we had some cool lurkers too. Hitflix in the house. Had Lotus Scholar. Man, look, we had a good time. I know we ran a little overtime, y'all. I understand. I apologize. I know it's your Friday night. You trying to get in, you get out. Now, I'm sorry. I know we about 15 minutes over. I understand. You know what I'm saying? We here. We got love for you. So, Lady Lisa, say peace.
Bye, y'all.
Oh, man. With that said, if you guys love Star Wars, I will be back here at 7 p.m. PST. We're talking about The Mandalorian episode 3. Anyway, so some fun on that later on. Of course, NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all them places. YouTube is the hub. So please, if you're watching the show right now, hit that thumbs up. If you like what you're seeing, you can hit that thumbs down if you don't. But if you hit that thumbs down, I'm going to send you off on a blind date with Enrique Terrio. And life ain't going too good for him right now. So the whole date is going to be him talking about how bad things are between him and the Proud Boys, man. And I don't think you want that. So, podcast if you want to listen. And Spotify for that music. Don't sleep. Your boy got them beats. Got that heat too. Got them rhymes. So, with that said, we're going to leave y'all with Arcatron. That's ARCKATRON.com. Dope beats. Space Bridge in stores right now. You can't beat it with a stick. You got who else you got on that? You got PL Parker Lewis. You got Anwar High Sign. You got myself on there. And a whole host of other people. It's a dope album. And I'm going to leave y'all with some Arcatron beats right now. So from me, from Lady Lisa, from NERDSoulite, we just saying peace. Yo, man, on the real. Blur says send some tokens on the date. Yo, man, on the real. Thank y'all for coming through. Love all y'all. Peace. Stay real and see y'all next time.